Alright, so I'm apologizing in advance for kind of a crappy camera angle. It's hard to run the good camera with just me. So this is what it looks like when you get ready to reassemble it. So you're going to slide this piece in. The firing pin spring goes in the front, firing pin out the back. Don't worry if your firing pin comes out of the back. Don't worry about that. What matters is your firing pin block lever is in the correct position and it's pinched up against the slide. Okay, so now we got a little light and then hopefully my camera will focus. So you can see here, you're just gonna pull forward and now you've got the pin pre-started. This pin is a directional pin, which means it goes in from this side, the tapered end goes into this side, and eventually you'll get it out. So you're going to go ahead and drive this in a little bit, and then once you get to the point where it needs to line up, you can do one of two ways. You can use another punch back here as a slave to just kind of hold everything together, right? And then you just kind of tap, tap, tap. Unfortunately, I don't have anything smaller to use, so I'm just going to be using it. Specifically, I'm going to grab my 3/32. Now, you line it up. Always get your pin started first, and there's a split on the roll pin that for some reason my camera's not focusing on. Maybe it'll focus. Anyway, there's a split in the roll pin, and the split goes up. Okay? You don't want the split to go down. You want the split to go up. So I'm using the punch here to capture that whole machined assembly and just push in on the firing pin and it'll line up. Okay? So now you've got everything ready to rock. You're going to have to be a little bit creative. I'm doing the best I can. I'm sorry. I have a 17-24 focal length lens, so it's a little odd sometimes. We'll try to get it here so maybe it'll focus a little better. But this is holding everything lined up perfectly. And then this, you're just going to keep that lined up and you're going to try to, but it's not too bad. This pin actually slides in pretty easy. I don't know if you guys can tell that or not. I still got a little tension on my slave, but yeah, you're just gonna, there you go. So you heard the tone change when I was tapping. That's how you know that we're at that point. We're gonna go ahead and take the slave pin out. Now you can see here that the firing pin is just slightly forward. So this is the point of no return, whether you're taking it in or out. Hopefully you can see that right there. That nice bright shiny thing just above my fingertip there, if the camera will focus and be nice. There we go. So what you're gonna do, okay, you're just gonna pop it forward and then you're gonna give this a little more love. You're just gonna hold the firing pin in. And here we go, we're going for broke. There we go. And you'll actually feel it when it starts to engage. There we go. So as you can tell now, we're in just far enough that the firing pin is fully engaged. Hopefully we'll show you that. Hopefully that will come out. There we go. So now you can see the firing pin is again captured by the pin. And so once you get to that point, is drive it home. Like, check it, make sure nothing is popped out, and just keep driving it home. Use the plastic. Okay, so now we're flush, just a little bit flush, but it needs to come out a little bit more. So you want an equal space here and here. So the next step, you're going to take that same 3/32 punch that you were using earlier, that you now have available again, and you're just going to line it up very carefully. If you want, you can put some masking tape on either side of your slide. go. So now we're reinstalled. That easy. So you can definitely strip this thing down and do a deep cleaning if you need to, especially if you're having light primer strikes. There's a lot of guys in the group that were having that. And then this is just kind of how it works. So when this lever actuates up, that's the only time that that firing pin can move forward. And you cannot lock the fire, you can't get the firing pin to go forward unless the gun is in battery. So when you press down on the lever, hopefully you can see this. The firing pin is protruding now. When I remove it, it's no longer protruding, and there's no way at all. It's very well mechanically locked. There were some people that were kind of curious about the drop safety of it and things like that. So again, I apologize about the slightly kind of craptastic camera angle. You see the firing pin there, right? A little shiny surface sticking out there. I apologize. My camera's not. I don't have the best lighting in the room, so it's a little weird. Anyway, that little, you can see it here, and you can see it over here. The next step that you have to do is you have to get the extractor in. I'm trying to get it to focus here. There we go. So that little black piece at the bottom of it is what the spring itself sits on. There it is. So you see the spring there. There you go. So that is the base of the spring. It goes together like that. And the base of the spring goes into the small pocket in the slide. See that right there? Just at the bottom of the extractor. Then this piece is your extractor, which I've just got cleaned up. It was a little funky after 1,600 rounds, let me tell you. And it just pops into place inside the slide and then back. So, I mean, you can see how very well machined this is. You have to stick it in here and then slide it back. And now, all you gotta do, again, you can use the 2-punch method, like so. And now you can see it's retained. That is the tapered side. The tapered side goes down. And this is also a split pin. And so you're going to face the split of the pin outboard. So away from the pistol. And I'm just going to, it doesn't take a whole lot of force for this one. It's going to take a little bit of, you're going to have to put a little pizzazz on it to get it started. But once it's started, which I'm going to go ahead and remove the punch. I'll set it over here. And I'm going to go ahead and get this started. I'm going to try to do this on camera and forget your eye protection. But the split goes outboard. So we're just going to go ahead, keep a finger over this just to kind of hold it in position. And we're going to start driving the pin in. Use the plastic. There we go. So now we're started. And it's actually going in without too much drama now. Pop your pin punch in the bottom. Yeah. Okay, so this is the 1/16. The 1/16 is just a hair small, but we just need it to line it up. There we go. The extractors, it's barely in there right now, but it's in there. Remember to compress the spring with your finger while you're smacking it home, and you'll feel it. There it goes. And now you can let it go and just drive your spring or drive your pin. There we go. So you switch back to the plastic when you get closer to the slide because you don't want to ding it. And now you're just going to take, I'm going to use the 3/32 because it's a little bit bigger than the hole. Drive it down the rest of the way in. There it goes. So it's going to sit just slightly below flush here, and you'll see the bottom of it here where it lines up perfectly flush with that inner rail. And that's it. That's all you need to do. You're reassembled. Have fun. Later.